Hey again, I just thought I'd walk you through this lawn tame on this rainy day. Obviously I'm doing a bit of edging here with my Time Master, and I was doing a little bit of edging here as well until I realised that there's actually bricks under this section here, so I didn't do the edge all the way up like I usually do. So I just used the whip snipper to get them back down instead. But this is a fairly overgrown lawn, but I actually really enjoyed doing it because I haven't done a really overgrown lawn for a while, and to give a lawn a makeover when it's this thick, it always comes up really good. So this one's both an overgrown lawn and a mulch today. So we're actually going to mulch these garden beds as well after giving them a spray. So this is just getting the edging back here with the whip snipper. You don't want to bloody use a normal edger to do this stuff. You want to, get in there with the whip snipper. I found a water meter. I stood on it and I was like, oh my God. And then there was a water meter there. So I'm glad I actually stood on it. Otherwise I would have, mown it over. But this is me spraying the garden bed just to give that a bit of time to soak in before I chuck the mulch on. I also return in 2 weeks and give it another spray just to make sure nothing pops up through that mulch. But this is just the driveway, giving that a bit of a clean up. You got to get in there, get hard. I try not to hit the bottom of the concrete with the whip snipper when doing this, otherwise you get holes in your whip snipper, so you try to hover a little bit. And this is me mulch rocking up, which I ordered. I was going to chuck it in the back of my ute, but I had a bunch of grass in there, so $35 you can get it delivered. So I was like, you know what, I'll do that. And these guys were legends. They bloody brought it out in a ute instead of a truck because the truck was off bloody in Whoop Whoop delivering some mulch to another big contract. So this was only 2 scoops. They chucked on the ute and out they came. So thanks to that, Rockingham Soils. But and then we just finished the mow off. Didn't want to, get distracted. So I did that, put a cone on the water meter, and then I got cranking with the mow. So the first thing to do with overgrown lawns is obviously to get them down without a catcher on, so you're not clogging up your mower every 2 seconds. You give it a quick haircut with that, get it down so it's a good cuttable level. And we'll just watch this for a second. We'll just say while we're watching this, if you give me a subscribe, I am trying to grow my channel a bit, so it would help a heap if you like this sort of stuff. I do this a fair bit, so And then obviously you don't want to leave a big bunch of mulch on someone's lawn, especially a new client. So you chuck that catcher back on and you go over it again. You can either raise the level a little bit or you can just go over at the same level. I raised it by 1 so I could catcher all. Otherwise sometimes it bulks up and you end up with little piles everywhere. So caught all that up, chucked it in the back of my ute, which was handy. And just went over it. You're going over it still. And actually came up mint, this lawn. Bloody buffalo always comes up mint, doesn't matter what you do to it. Giving the driveway a quick mow. If you don't know this, use your lawnmower as a bloody vacuum and it sucks it all up. It saves you some time. You just chuck in the back of the ute. Just doing some mulching now. So this is Pete and Carry mulch. It's a beautiful mulch. It's got both soil and wood chips in it. So it's and it's got some like mushroom and stuff in it to really get those plants cranking. This garden bed doesn't have much plants in it yet, but it sure soon will. But you do those little tiny piles instead of the big piles. If you do little piles, you can get it around. And I find, just spread it around a bit with the rake. You can turn your rake upside down, and that actually helps. And your big clown feet, if you're 6 foot like me, you have giant clown feet, make sure you're using them like this, because, you don't need a rake if you've got massive feet. So chuck that in, give it a blow. You're probably like, oh, you got everything everywhere. But it's all right. I was doing another layer anyway. So all the mulch is over there, and then we cranked into the backyard. The backyard was pretty overgrown as well. Bit of vine sticking around the place. So I'm taming up the vine here, just going hard on it. It got stuck on the whip snipper, which was really annoying, but I got it out, just gave it some room, then revved the crap out of the whip snipper, and it took it on fine. The steel whip snipper, this is the big steel whip snipper. It's not the big cow horn one, but it's a fairly large one for residential lawns. And the reason I have it is so when I have jobs like this, it just tackles them like a madman. And I also do farm work as well, so this is a good middle ground whip snipper for me. But then out the back, same thing, no catcher first, crank around it, go give it a quick haircut, not a huge yard, but being overgrown, it did take me a while, but got it down. And there was a storm coming, so I was trying to get it done before that got there. Catcher back on, and then we cranked through it with the catcher on. Had to chuck it out the front there because it had a fair bit of clippings in it. And that's pretty much job done. Hope you enjoyed watching. Give me a like and a follow if you did.